I would love to carry this movement forward and bring it to the American people who have rejected these two candidates, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, in unprecedented numbers. These are the most untrusted and disliked presidential candidates in history. The American people not only have a right to vote, they have a right to know who they can vote for. And I think the next steps are to ensure that we have media with integrity that are actually covering real choices. And thank you for being here today.
That was Dr. Jill Stein, the Green Party's nominee for president. Yes, there are more people than just Donald Trump and Secretary Hillary Clinton running for president. Jill Stein, 8 doctors on the ballot in 32 states, including Washington, D.C., and she says we need a third option for president.
Majority of voters has rejected Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump and are clamoring for something else. So who are those on top to be giving marching orders to, voters to be good little boys and girls? Politicians do not have a new form of entitlement. They are not entitled to our votes. They have to earn our votes, and Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump have not earned our vote.
Green Party candidate for President of the United States, Dr. Jill Stein, is here to go on the record. Nice to see you, Doctor.
Great to see you, Greta.
Before I find out what your passion is and your political ideology, why, just in the soundbite, why shouldn't someone vote for Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump?
Well, they have to earn your vote, and so far they haven't.
Either one?
Yes, the polls show that the majority of American voters dislike and distrust both those candidates at record numbers and are clamoring for someone else.
Are they lousy candidates?
In my view, they are. They are a continuation of the system that we have that has thrown the American people under the bus. They've sent our jobs overseas, and, Hillary has a track record. Donald has sent his jobs overseas, although he's complaining about the Trans-Pacific Partnership, but that's what he's been doing. He says terrible and frightening things. He's a fearmonger and a hate-monger and a warmonger, but Hillary has a track record for doing most of what Donald is talking about.
What is your passion? You're a Harvard-educated doctor. Why did you become a candidate for President of the United States?
I am a mother on fire, and we have a younger generation that really does not have a future. They don't have jobs. They are locked into student loan debt, which is not payable in the economy that we have, and the climate is collapsing on their heads. As a medical doctor, I'm now practicing political medicine because it's the mother of all illnesses, and if we want to fix the things that are literally killing us, we need to heal our sick political system.
All right, you're on 32 ballots, which is big. That's a lot of
More than that now.
Okay.
It's now up, I believe it's 40 at this point and climbing. So we expect to be on just about every ballot.
All right, it would really help you to get your message out if you could get on that debate stage. That doesn't look like it's going to happen the way you're polling.
Well, but that polling is predicated on having no visibility in big media, and only in the last week have we begun to get a window. We actually did an hour and a half long forum, town hall forum on CNN. We were #1 on Twitter in that forum. There's enormous interest out there in our campaign, and I would dare anyone who says that there's not interest, host a town hall forum for us, and let's see how much interest there is.
Obamacare. Everyone's going to unfortunately get sick. People are worried about it. Some insurance companies are now leaving the markets because we know competition is going to drive prices up. Very succinctly, what would you do about Obamacare, if anything?
So Obamacare had failed even before it was implemented. We had it in Massachusetts, my home state. We called it Romney Care before it was Obamacare. And we knew that prices simply skyrocketed, that people who were truly sick didn't get covered. There are all kinds of holes in it. We need a simple system, a Medicare for all system. You basically drop the age of eligibility for Medicare. You patch up the holes that have been knocked into it. It has really low overhead, about 2%, as opposed to our current system where it's more like 20%. $500 billion a year of our healthcare dollars are actually going into paper pushing, bureaucracy, into big CEO salaries, not into healthcare. We can streamline this bureaucracy with a single-payer system and be able to afford comprehensive healthcare for everyone as a human right.
Tax code. Everyone's mad at 3,300 special interests in this tax code, and even the members of Congress who passed the tax code can't do their own taxes. What would you do about the tax code?
Well, #1, the tax code is extremely unfair in addition to being extremely complicated. So we need to make a fair tax code. I think...
Is that like flat tax, a regressive tax, a sales tax, consumption tax, value-added tax? Where are you?
Yeah, I mean, there's all, that's currently what we have, except for the so-called consumption tax. But we have a plethora of taxes, and they are largely regressive, so that the burden falls on middle income and working people and poor people, for that matter.
How would you change that?
I would make taxes more progressive. I would ensure that the wealthy are paying their fair share. Because
but they're already paying. Some are paying over 50% when you add all these state taxes. I mean, I don't know where all these deductions are that everybody's getting. I mean, Bernie Sanders paid 13%, by the way, I think it was. Did you know that? I think it was he paid pretty low.
I know it was, you know, it wasn't up
13.
there. I think it was around 20% or something like that.
But still, that's low.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, I think, yeah, we need to eliminate the unfair deductions. We need to ensure that the people who are really benefiting from this society are paying into it. Like, for example, do you know how many lawsuits Donald Trump has? Donald Trump has been involved in 3,500 lawsuits over the last couple of decades, and he's apparently not paying taxes. So what's wrong with this picture? He's bankrupting our legal system.
I don't know if he's paying tax. We haven't seen his tax returns, and I've been critical. He needs to show his tax returns. Hillary Clinton needs to show her speech transcripts, and we need more information from everybody. But thank you very much for joining us, and good luck.
Great to be with you.